Hey there, artsy friends. I am going to share a page with you that I did a couple of years ago. And at the time, I wasn't ready to share it with the world, but I'm in a different place now. And so I think that I want to share it with you. So this was the second page I did in my big square journal, which I have just started over with. I had this page and the one that you saw just a second ago. And so now I am building on that. And I'm going to start with just tearing up security envelopes. So, when you get bank statements or anything, sensitive, they always have like different prints on the inside of the envelopes. So I'm going to just collage the page with security envelopes. Okay, now that I am finished with collaging my background, I am taking this little paint tray and using it as a tool to trace because I want a nice circle in the middle, and then I'm going to contrast what's in the middle with what's on the outside. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to cut a piece, the circle out in cardstock, and that way I'm going to use it as a masking tool because I want the outside of the circle to be kind of dark and scary. Not really scary, but I want to contrast that with brightness and light. So I'm looking for a stencil that's kind of giving me this vibe on the back, and I like these gears because it kind of makes me think of like how there's always something going on in the background of the world of life, kind of in my case, what I'm reflecting on is the spiritual realm. So and like I said, this was a couple years ago that I did this page, and at the time I felt there was like a lot more coming against me. Like depression was just kind of always around the corner waiting for me to have like a weak moment where it could just lie to me and tell me that I'm worthless and not good enough and all the crap that the darkness likes to whisper in our head. So I felt like I was battling that a lot more. So I'm kind of representing the outside, the darkness in the gears that are moving, that to be kind of that power that goes on in the unseen world. I will try to look up where I got this stencil because it's really cool, and I'm sure someone's going to ask, so I'll try to put it in the show notes. It would be really cool too if you're into like steampunk. There's always gears and things going on. Okay, so it's always satisfying to like peel up a mask and see if it worked. Yay, it worked. It looks really good. I like it so far. I'm going to get out my metallic watercolors and add some like silvers and grays. I just want to continue kind of that industrial, dark metal feeling in the back. Okay, I'm just making sure my watercolors are dry, and then I'm going to take a stiff old brush and continue to keep the mask in place, that circle, and then I'm just going to make it like the black is just kind of bursting, because I know that once I take that mask off and I make the center more bright, that it's gonna help with that contrast a lot. Okay, it's always so satisfying to peel it up. Ready? Ta-da! Ooh, that looks good. Sometimes with stencils, I get paint like underneath the stencil, and I'm always have to kind of roll my eyes at myself. But all right, so I want the circle to just kind of get brighter and brighter from the inside. So I'm going to start with yellow and just work my way out. Okay, always dry between layers. I really like how I've got it set up. And if you can see as I move it around, the kind of the reflection, there's some silver in there. So I'm going to start by writing in some words on the outside that represent kind of darkness. And ironically, I didn't initially intend for this to happen, but they're all D words. After I started writing like disappointment, discouragement, discord, destruction, deception, depression, delay, doom, despair, division, disillusioned, disappointment, disharmony, disrepair, destroy, demons, and death. So I've written all of those words in the gears, and those are just like the things that the enemy wants to sow into our lives. So like, sowing seed. And I'm going to define that circle a little bit better so that you can really tell where the darkness ends and the light begins. Put a little white there. So yeah, I think I started with like 3 or 4 words, just like depression and disappointment and things that were kind of like I was struggling with, and then it just kind of snowballed. So it's okay. Something that's kind of interesting. They all probably in ancient Hebrew start with a dalet, which is kind of evolved into our modern D. And in ancient Hebrew, it's like pictographic, and a dalet is a door. And so it's interesting how a doorway is just kind of like a boundary where we decide what enters and what doesn't enter. So interesting. Okay, so I am laying down some Mod Podge, making sure all my little collage pieces are flat for one, but I also wanted the inside to be glossy, and I knew I was going to write over it, and so sometimes when I have used watercolor in the past and then tried to write over it, it kind of like soaks up the ink. So having a nice layer of protection in between can help if you're just using like acrylic markers on top of watercolor. It's kind of an unnecessary step, but anyway, that's what I did. Okay, so now I'm using this. Is it a compass or a protractor? Compass. It's a compass, yeah. So I had to find the center point again, and now I'm just doing some outlining. Just so that as I start writing my words, I have a guide so that it doesn't become like too wonky. So usually I approach most of my art pages just completely random and don't know what I'm going to do next. But this one was pretty well planned out, and so I was being a little bit more perfectionistic with it. I think my original plan here was to use the masking tool as I continue to like write on it, but then so you can kind of see, okay, so now there's a border. Do I start there? Is that about the width of the writing I want? And then I have these little circle cutting tools that I've had forever, since 2001, from Creative Memories, and that size circle in the center is going to be where I put my main quote, which is, "I am an overcomer." Okay, so that's the theme that I had just finished, a 31 Days of Becoming an Overcomer. And so this is a Bible-based program that a lady named Anna Johnson, I'll try to find a link. I don't know, like she did it as a group online. And so I don't know if she offers it just like to the public or not. I think she took it down. Anyway, so it's 31 days of overcoming. And so each day is a declaration based on a promise or a truth that's found in scripture. So the idea is this, like, we need to know who we are, and then we can overcome this world and our flesh and all the junk. Oh, look, there's an ant. Hello, little ant. I'm going to let it be free to crawl around my house somewhere. So I wrote out on this little white circle my title because I wanted to space it out, and it was going to be kind of tricky. I wanted to make sure that I knew, like, okay, here's where the center is, and here's how I'm going to position the letters so that they all fit the way that I want them to. So again, I'm just outlining it with pencil before I use a permanent marker. Okay, I'm going to stick with metallics because I like them, and start with red and then kind of work my way out. And I'm just going to read a couple of the declarations to you because I don't know if I have permission to read them all. I'm going to try to get in touch with Anna, and if she doesn't mind, then we'll come back and add them in the description so you can check if you're watching this video. The very first one is, "I am an overcomer by the blood of the Lamb and the testimony of my faith." That's from Revelation 12:11. I love the love of God has redeemed me. I am more than a conqueror in Yeshua, Jesus. Nothing can hinder me from fulfilling God's plan over me, because greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. God gives wisdom to the righteous. I align my choices with the Word of God that I may respond to His call. I will rejoice in the Lord always. Yeshua is the author and finisher of my faith. I will press forward on the path He has called me to. I renew my mind daily, because that is what overcomers do. I am able to practice self-discipline. Surely I will taste good in the land of the living. I'll just share those with you. And I love the surely I will taste good because I have been listening to so many NDE stories, near-death experiences, and how many people just testify to meeting Jesus, Yeshua, and just how full of love they feel. Like it's exponentially greater than anything they've experienced in this world, in this life. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to thicken up my title there. I am an overcomer. And with the metallics and the lighting as I'm recording this, like you kind of see it at different angles. Like there you can really read it well. And yeah, but if you lay it flat under the light, it kind of reflects and you kind of lose some of the detail like that. You can't really tell. I'm going to erase the pencil marks where I used as a guide, and there it is. Ta-da! I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It was definitely a great exercise when I did it to just declare that I am an overcomer and I can overcome all that darkness through Yeshua, Jesus. If you're new here, this is a sampling of what I do, but I don't always share, like not every art journal page is about my faith, but I do incorporate it a lot. So I'm mostly here for the art and then I just share whatever is going on and whatever I art journal about. So I hope that you'll come back and hang out with me again and that you'll go make some art and just have a blessed day.